in Forbes in 2001, which was, I was running Spanx out of my apartment in Atlanta. I had semi-trucks pulling up with boxes of Spanx in this neighborhood, and they'd drop them off at my apartment, and a lot of times they'd leave them in front of the front door, and then I'd have to go knock on the neighbors and say, can you help me move the boxes so I can get into my house? And packing and shipping, and I had been trying to get on QVC, which was interesting because Spanx was sold at Neiman Marcus and Bergdorf and all the very high-end retailers, and I wanted to be on QVC, and I had several people say, Sarah, don't do that, you'll kill your brand if you do that. And I said, no, I'm not gonna discount my price. They said everyone discounts their price on QVC. That's what I learned what the V in QVC meant. When I met with them, the guy was like, do you know what the V stands for? And I'm like, Victor? Did Victor start this company? He was like, value. And I said, well, I remember I talked to them about, well, you don't have a lot of products that are also sold at Neiman Marcus. And I saw QVC as an entrepreneur without a lot of money as my free ad. And I knew if I could be the one on camera explaining what this product was, that it would be helpful. Where Forbes played in is I had been calling them and calling them and calling them, and they would not take me. They were not willing to put me on air. And then the Forbes article ran, and I got a phone call out of the blue after being rejected for like over a year, and they said, we're gonna give Spanx a chance. And I said, to the same buyer who'd been saying no to me, and I said, really, why the change of heart? And she said, my boss saw the Forbes article. And I was like,
well, she had a very smart boss then.
So thank you. Got my foot in the door at QVC.
But it's 25 years and this extraordinary journey. And I'd be curious if Forbes was writing a headline about you today, what would that headline be?
She's still in the game.